we're talking about, I mean, the not so formal term is cougar.
Cougar, yes.
Miss Cougars.
Yes.
And why are they so popular nowadays? And they're in the media. There were so many TV shows, so many movies that are coming out with like, and I want to say like older, as in like maybe these women are 50.
Yeah.
Right?
Generally,
maybe late 40s. And they're like going out with like 20 somethings, early 30 somethings maybe.
Generally,
and they're making it a huge part of kind of like the norm of society now. But I don't think, and we've talked about this and you corrected me, but like, I don't know any older, in quotations, women going out with younger men.
I do.
And you do.
Yeah.
So like, I've never actually seen this in person. And I also I have quite a few guy friends, and I don't know any one of them that has gone out with an older woman who has had a relationship with an older woman. Do you know what I mean?
100%. I don't think it's for everyone.
Yeah, no.
But I do think a lot of men are into it.
Well, I can definitely see the appeal, right?
Yeah.
You're kind of milfy. If you're good looking, if you're hot, even if you have like kids or whatever, it's like the fact that this woman has her shit together and maybe she's divorced or whatever it is, or maybe she's still married and needs a little side piece or something like that, right? Like, and she knows what she likes, she knows what she wants, and she likes to fuck still. Maybe her husband doesn't fuck her anymore. And it's a good situation for them.
I think there are two reasons it's in the press or in like mainstream kind of content. In the press, that sounds very old-fashioned, doesn't it? In content, like Netflix shows and stuff like that. And there's been one with Nicole Kidman, one with Anne Hathaway. There's one that I saw, I'm very sorry, it was terrible, with Laura Dern and one of those brothers, Hemsworth.
The Hemsworths.
Yeah. And I think it's largely because we've talked about older men and younger women to death, and we're bored of it, and we want a new thing. It's a little bit taboo because it's still, for a lot of people, like, ew, she's old and he's young. It's kind of, ugh. For some reason, a lot of people are grossed out by that. And I just think it's a new thing to talk about, and why not? And also, there happen to be a lot of actresses who are in their 50s looking great, because it's a weird phenomenon that now if you're in your 50s, and I don't mean this in like, I say you're allowed to kind of wear whatever you want, whatever. I don't mean that allowed. I mean, it's just like society isn't so, oh, you have to look old. Whereas I would say, like, when my mother was 50, and my mother's actually quite youthful looking, but I would say most women, they'd sort of cut their hair really short into that very sort of Golden Girls matronly sort of haircut. Then they'd wear very frumpy clothes.
Yeah, they've just like lost all their sex appeal, sexuality.
100%.
Even though we know now, right, that once you're in menopause or like kind of going through it or just getting out of it, you're horny as ever.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, the complete misconception.
Right?
I mean, it's funny, like, we see that in all our comments, that women aren't interested in sex, and older women, like, what women are you meeting?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Maybe they're just not interested in you.
Exactly. I mean, that's about it. But I think it's also just women look a lot more youthful. Obviously, you know, a lot of women have Botox or have done, not necessarily procedures, but there's lots of kind of non-invasive kind of things you can do to make your skin look very youthful.
Yeah.
People tend to be fitter, healthier. And I just think the way you dress and the way your hair is and stuff like that, like, I'm all for, like, I love clothes, I love products, I love stuff, but I'm very into, I think you kind of try and dress kind of appropriately. I'd never want to look, my horror is like, oh my God, somebody would say she's trying to look like she's 25. But I think most older women are not doing that. They just look great for their age. Like, you kind of know they're not obviously 35 or 45 or whatever. By the way, I'm not talking about me, I'm just talking about women. But they just look great.
Yeah.
And I think it is a relatively new thing. Like, I saw this interview recently, and it's an older interview of Kim Cattrall, who's in her 60s and looks
I was
amazing.
literally just about to bring up the fact that, like, because Samantha, obviously in Sex and the City, like, she was literally wearing whatever the fuck she wanted in that show.
Yeah, and
right?
she was meant to be in her 40s. She was in her 40s,
Yeah.
and she was meant to be in her 40s. And this interview was with Katie Couric, I think.
Yeah.
This is from a while ago. And she said, you know, when the show started and she was in her 40s, in that time when Sex and the City first came out, when I was first watching it, which I guess would have been late 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just wasn't a thing. Like, they talk about 50s the new 40 and 60s the new 60s the new 40, 50s the new whatever. Like 40, you were over the hill.
Yeah.
You were old.
Crazy.
And those concepts have, to be fair, really gone away a lot.
Yeah.
And people don't talk about it as much. And I just think that a lot of these actresses who've been around for a very long time, who are young and famous, so we know them, and they're now like 50 and 60. So it makes perfect sense and they look great to have.
Well, I think it's also different. Like if these women have, the women who are just trying to look their best, right? Like they appreciate their appearance and they want to look their best. So like the ones who don't have kids, I find are much more into wearing something very more scandalous than the ones who are mothers and who maybe have adult children or something like that. Like you see like Reese Witherspoon looks fucking incredible. She's about your age.
Thanks so much for listening. Please rate and review this podcast and follow us on social at Sharing My Truth Pod, and leave us a voicemail on our website, sharingmytruth.com, to share your stories and experiences with us. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.